we would just add a new plugin, search for ShortPixel, install it, activate it, and I'm doing this just to walk you through. Okay, I'm going to pause here a bit just to enter my API key to activate the plugin. Now that the plugin is activated, let's just go through the settings a bit to see how you'd configure it. We start off with compression type. Now, if you've already chosen a good compression level for your JPEG images, for your gallery images and your slideshow images. So in Photoshop or Lightroom, you went for 70% or somewhere near that in terms of JPEG quality, then you've kind of already compressed them visually. So I would choose lossless here. If you've exported your images at 100% quality level, which means the file size is huge, then I would choose a lossy method here. Either what they call lossy, which is optimizing them a lot but might introduce some noise, some JPEG artifacts, or what most photographers would go for is glossy, which is kind of a middle ground. But the way I recommend the process is to choose the quality level when you export them locally on your computer. That way you can control the quality. You can look at the resulting images and see if they are at an acceptable quality level for you as the artist. And then you don't want the plugin, you don't want the website to further compress them and make them noisier. So you choose lossless here. You would want to also include thumbnails. So whenever you upload an image to a WordPress site, WordPress also generates various thumbnail sizes. And you also want to optimize them, not just the original image. I recommend enabling the backup option. And for photographers specifically, uncheck this option. You don't want the plugin to remove the EXIF tags. Even though removing them would save a bit of file size, there are signs that maybe in the future Google will also look into those for copyright reasons and even for image technical details that it can gather from your images. So photographers, I think, should not remove EXIF metadata from their images. Now, the last one on this page is an interesting option to resize large images. Basically, if you enable it and you, let's say, enter a maximum of 2000 pixels, then you're telling the plugin to automatically shrink down the images if by any chance you export them at original sizes. So high-res images, which we know you shouldn't, but if you ever do by accident, the plugin can resize them to the maximum you set here. And the plugin also does a backup of your originals, and the backups are safe. They can't be accessed through the source code. So this is good. If we move on to the advanced tab, additional media folders, usually there's no need to use that. If you use the NextGen Gallery plugin, then you'd check this option. Convert PNG images to JPEGs. So there are cases when you have PNG files but shouldn't, when there are actual photos, but instead of using JPEG, you're using PNG for them, and the file sizes are too large. We spoke about that a bit earlier. The plugin can attempt to convert them to JPEG, and if the file size is smaller, it will use that. I think it's a good option to have unless you're worried about EXIF information, just as it says here. But only if the plugin will not convert to JPEG if the PNG has transparency. This is a color space conversion. I think it's good to keep on. If you accidentally upload images in a different color space, it will convert to sRGB. WebP images. This is the plugin's way of solving that next gen images recommendation in the testing tool in Google PageSpeed Insights. It would automatically generate WebP versions of your images for free. And if you also check that the second box, you can also deliver them on the live website to browsers that are capable of displaying them. So the recommended option is to enable and choose this second option without altering the page code. Basically, the server detects if the browser is capable of loading WebP images. Not all browsers are, but some are. And it delivers the right file to them directly. This is the ideal method, and you then pass Google's test requirement there. Optimize retina images. Yes, the plugin can detect if you have double-sized images, like I prepared that logo, and it should optimize those as well. If you're using the WP Retina 2X plugin, then this works very well with that. Other thumbnails, I would keep this off because the plugin works by credits. You have a certain amount of credits of images you can optimize per month. If you enable too many thumbnail sizes, then those credits will get consumed very fast, because not just the original image counts as one optimization, but also all of its thumbnail sizes, each of them count as one optimization, so that you might end up without credits very soon. PDFs, it's fine to leave on. Patterns, HTTP auth credentials, you can leave those unless you really know what you're doing. Processing frontend, no need for most websites. Optimize media on upload. Yes, you do want to automatically optimize the images as you upload them. And then the last one is exclude thumbnail sizes. The plugin detected that WordPress by default would create these 4 thumbnail sizes. In my case, some of them are coming from WordPress, like thumbnail, medium, and large. The third one, medium_large, is coming from the WordPress theme I'm using. If this is trickier, if you know what you're doing, you can exclude some of them to save some optimization credits. That's about it on this page. If you're using Cloudflare, you'd enter your info here, statistics, resources, and that's about it.